Ghost, Invalid Ghost, and I just recorded like a 10-minute video about the intro to this channel, and as always, Bandicam effed up, and I got this. It won't play anymore. What? Why? Hello. This is another test. Nope, that was a test video. Hello. That was bad. I had that, and I had the GameCube. That's the whole video. That was the whole video. Right there. Like in 9 seconds. I don't know why it cut in the middle of that, and then jumped ahead to, and I got the GameCube. And then ended. That's just really weird. But whatever, I'm used to it because this is Bandicam we're talking about, and it's always been doing that. But that's fine. That's okay. It's probably just the version I have. I'm not gonna pay money to upgrade. So let me just do the entire intro again. That's fine. I'm Invalid Ghost. You guys can call me Invalid. You guys can call me Ghost. Either way's fine. Call me whatever. Let's start with what this channel is. Try to get my thoughts collected. Remember what I said in the last recording that failed. This is going to be a channel that is based on gameplay. So it's a Let's Play channel. But not just any kind of Let's Play channel. Most Let's Play channels play new games. You know, anything new that comes out. For some reason I can't think of anything. But you know what I'm talking about. They play games that just came out. They don't play old games. Well, I am going to play old games. And just old games. Unless you guys really want me to play a new game. Then I'll play it. Just to probably get more people in to watch this channel, because popular games would help with views and subscribers and stuff. So why am I playing old games? Well, I'm 18, and that's pretty young compared to these games that I'm going to be playing, some of them anyway. Cat! Shush! So annoying. He's just yowling over there. Yowling is like a mix of meowing and howling, if you didn't know. It's awful. If you don't have a cat, you probably don't know what I'm talking about. If you have a cat, you probably do know what I'm talking about, unless your cat is normal, in which case you probably don't know what I'm talking about. But if you have a crazy cat, like my cat, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and it probably annoys the crud out of you like it does to me. I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, I'm a young person. I'm from Generation Edge, or Generation Z. I told the story in the other recording that failed about the lady that came to my school, my high school, and was like, you guys are Generation Edge. Generation Edge is gonna be great. It's gonna be better than millennials, because guess what? You guys are gonna be able to pay taxes, or something like that. And I thought that she was crazy, because I don't know anything about taxes. And that's fine. I don't need to know anything about taxes. I don't live on my own yet. I tried to. I tried to go to college, dropped out of college after 3 days because of medical reasons. But that's okay. I'm probably going to switch to online college, and if I don't, that's okay too. Because I just want to be a video game designer, and that doesn't require a degree, though a degree would look nice on your resume. But F it. I'm just gonna go take a bunch of programming classes and do it on my own. School never helped me anyway. Didn't. I graduated with honors, by the way, in high school in 2017. Hooray for me. Now what was I talking about? I got very off topic. I was talking about Generation Z, Generation Edge, whatever the heck you want to call it. I'm from that generation, which is a fairly new generation. I think there's only 1 after mine, and that one just started. entirely sure. But I was born in 1998, so I didn't get to play all these older games that you play with DOSBox, because you don't have old computers these days anymore. Unless you have, you kept one from way back then, but I didn't. I had a computer that was pretty old, but it died, so I got a new one. And I was a 6-year-old, and I didn't see the future yet. I didn't think, oh, I should keep this monitor just in case I get an old CPU so I can play Syndicate or Orion or whatever. I didn't think about that. I just thought, man, I need internet and I need it now. So since I'm younger, I have a fresh eye, a fresh view on these older games that I will be playing and recording for you guys. And I thought that would be a good idea, because people who played these games can come and watch what the younger generation thinks. And of course I'm going to judge as fair as possible. I apologize in advance if I yell at your favorite game and I just start screaming at it. This is my apology in advance. Try not to be too angry if I don't like a game that you may have liked in the past, because some games, mini games, don't age very well, especially these older games. A lot of them don't age very well. Like Pac-Man, for example. It's still fun to play, but would I play hours and hours of it like people used to do in the past? Probably not. Probably not at all. I'd probably play it for about 10 minutes, get bored, and play Skyrim. Well, maybe not Skyrim. Maybe Fallout 4, since I already beat Skyrim a billion times. I should also tell you guys how I got these old games. A lot of them came from my uncle, who was cleaning out his storage closet, found all these old games, and his wife was forcing him to get rid of them. So even though his house is much bigger, holds a lot more stuff, he could have just left the games in the storage closet. He gave it to me in my mom's cruddy, tiny little dump of a house. It is a dump. It's a big dump. Don't tell my mom I said that, but it's a pretty big dump here. He gave it to me, and now our house is even more of a dump, but that's okay, because I get to do YouTube now and record them. Woohoo. I didn't take all of his old games. For one reason was because there was too many, and my mom didn't want so much junk cluttering up her house. She didn't even like what I took. But I also didn't take many because they were too old. Just too old. They couldn't work on my computer even with DOSBox. Those are the things that came with floppy disks and stuff. My computer can't use a floppy disk. I'm not about to go buy a computer that can use a floppy disk because I don't have money. So, yeah. We're going to be playing a lot of DOSBox games. Maybe, if I get a camera, I can show you guys the Atari for a few minutes. I wouldn't make a super long video on that because it's a camera that you hold, not a camera that records the screen like Bandicam. So it probably wouldn't be very good quality, but I might show it off just to show some old games. You know, like Centipede. But I definitely wouldn't make a whole gameplay, a whole like 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes of it. No, I'd probably just make like a 5-minute video about Centipede and be like, here's Centipede. Probably not even 5 minutes. If it was 5 minutes, it'd probably be more than just Centipede. It'd probably be a couple more games. So, I think you guys know about the premise of this channel pretty well. I'm a young kid gonna play old games that I've never played before, because when I was a kid, I grew up with the GameCube and the Game Boy Advance. I didn't grow up with anything before that, except maybe the Nintendo 64, because that was at my neighbor's house because she was 4 years older than me, and she had an older sister who had a Nintendo 64, and she let us play the Nintendo 64, and it was great. And my first game on the console was Super Smash Bros., which to date is my favorite series of games. even though I'm bad at it. Okay. Now let's talk about me. What am I? Am I gonna be an extremely funny person, an extremely boring person? Am I loud? Am I quiet? Am I sarcastic? Am I not sarcastic? I don't know what the opposite of that is. What am I? Do you guys want to see my personality playing these games, or do you want to go off and watch a regular old Let's Player that's better than me? Because I can guarantee that every Let's Player that you watch will be better than me. I don't think there's anyone who's worse than me besides like 11-year-old kids who scream at Minecraft. Don't get me wrong, when I was 11 I screamed at Minecraft a lot, but I don't think I recorded myself doing that. No, I started recording when I was 14, screaming at Minecraft. No, I wasn't screaming at Minecraft. I was screaming at Devil May Cry 4 because I hated it. Because it was horrible. But Devil May Cry 3 is great, and you guys should play it, because that was a great game. 4, not so much. That caused a lot of rage. Not because it was hard, more because it was stupid, and I had to do a lot of things that I already did. Like, you fight every single boss, like, 3 times, and they don't get any different or any harder. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. But Devil May Cry 3, you know, that one's great. You only fight the bosses twice, and the second time you don't have to fight all of them unless you really want to for a prize. You get a gold orb, I think, if you fight all those bosses the second time. But you only have to fight like 3 or 4 of them to get to the next thing, and that's in Limbo, and blah blah blah. We're not talking about that game. I would love to play Devil May Cry 3 for this channel, but it's not an old game. Well, it is an old game, but I've already played it. It's not that old. It's relatively new. It was only in 2000 or something, right? It wasn't before 2000, is what I mean. Anyway, I'm not a comedian. I'm not that good at coming up with jokes on the spot. The jokes that I do make are mostly going to be dark humor, sarcasm, really, really bad puns that I'll probably force, and any observations that I make that reminds me of something in my own life. That's basically my comedy. Most of the time, I'm probably going to tell you guys unrelated stories about my life, and maybe a dream that I had last night, because I have dreams a lot, and they're kind of weird. But that's all I'm going to do in terms of comedy. Comedy and commentary. So, if you guys don't like dark humor or sarcasm, you can go find somebody else. I'm sure there's plenty who don't have dark humor or sarcasm. Also, I don't cuss. I am okay with other people cussing. You guys can cuss in the comments all you want. I don't care. I'm not doing it because I think kids are going to watch this. I don't think kids are going to watch this at all. If kids watch this, they're going to be bored as heck. But I just don't cuss in general. I don't know why I don't cuss. All my friends cuss, except for maybe one. I don't know if she cusses, but all of my other friends besides her do cuss. My mom cusses like a sailor, so I didn't learn it from her. I don't go to church, so I didn't learn it from a church. I used to go to church. Don't anymore, because once my grandma died, I stopped going. And that was a long time ago. Back when I was like 7. I just don't cuss. I don't know why. So you're gonna hear me say frick, frack, BS, shiz, a lot of other gibberish. You're gonna hear me say that a lot. You're not gonna hear the F word, or ow, I just hit the desk with my finger. You're not gonna hear a lot of cussing. So if you do like cussing, you gotta find somebody else. But then again, I might play with somebody else, like a friend of mine, who I might tell the this channel to. I probably won't, because I don't think I'll tell this channel to anybody, except, nah, not even my mom. I'm not even gonna tell her. And, if they cuss, if the guest cusses, I don't care. They can cuss all they want. I don't care what they say. And I'm gonna react to it, probably with laughter. I'm probably gonna laugh a lot if they start cussing, because cuss words are funny to me, because I'm very immature. That's another thing that you gotta keep in mind. I'm very immature because I'm 18. I'm barely an adult. Barely. I wouldn't even classify myself as barely an adult. I would classify myself as an 18-year-old with the mentality of a 5-year-old, because that's basically what I am. Well, a 5-year-old with a very dark and twisted mind. Maybe not a 5-year-old at all, never mind. In terms of reading, I read very well. There are some words that I probably will find that I don't know, and I'll search those up using Surrey, or Google, or whatever, and I'll probably read you guys the definition of that word in case you guys also want to know, because there's not many words that I don't know, because I'm kind of smart, and I'm also an amateur writer. In fact, I should mention that I am about to publish my first book. It's a children's book. I'm not sure if you guys will be interested in it, but I'll probably make a video about that book in the future whenever I do publish it. Right now I still need to draw the images because it's a children's book, so it's going to be a picture book. I've already written the whole story. It's 625 words. It's not very long. For the most part, I am very quiet. Very, very, very quiet. It's not really my fault. I don't know why my voice can't really throw itself. I mean, I can try. I can try! But it doesn't work. So, if the music of the game is flooding my voice, or the sound effects are flooding my voice, I'm sorry in advance, but there's really nothing I can do about it. Most of the games that I play will have their volume turned down to like 1 or 2. I'm serious, it'll be 1 or 2. Little notches on a scale of 1 to 100. Well, my mic is already at 100. My mic is at 100. I can't raise it any higher. It's at 100. It's gonna stay at 100. If music from the video game drowns me out, I can't do anything about it, because I don't record my voice and the game audio separately, because this computer right now cannot handle that. I do have a new computer that can handle that, but I don't have Bandicam on it. I am thinking about transferring Bandicam from this computer onto that computer, but that might take a while. I'm not sure how long, but it's gonna take a while, because I'm lazy, and I don't want to do it. But for the introduction video, I didn't think this would be a problem, so yeah. The first game we're probably going to play is going to be called Syndicate. I tried to record that already, but as you can see, the video failed, so I'm just going to leave it here on this menu right here. That'll be it. There you go. There's your footage of Syndicate. It's a game that was made in 1993, and I'll talk about it more when I make the gameplay footage, when I make the gameplay video, whatever. I do pronounce things kind of weird sometimes. There's not many words that I pronounce weird, but you guys will catch it when I do pronounce it weird. For starters, I call crowns crowns. Not the crown that goes on your head, the crown that you write with. I call those crowns. I don't call them crayons. It's just habit. I never learned to call them crayons. Even saying crayons sounds kind of weird to me, so I just call them crowns. There's many other words that I say kind of weird. It's not because of an accent. There are words that I do say that is because of an accent, like cuss instead of curse. But crown is not one of those words. My mom says crayon, my friends say crayon, I say crown. And that can be bothersome, but I'm not going to change it. I'm not going to change myself to be more perfect. I think my imperfections are fine. So I'm gonna keep calling him Crowns. Mom, if you're watching this, I'm gonna keep calling him Crowns. I also tend to lose my train of thought very often. I also don't remember things very often, but I'll remember them later. I have a problem with short-term memory. You guys will notice it. You might have already noticed it in this video if I've repeated myself, which I probably have. I'm not really sure if I have because I don't remember. Just think of me like Dory from Finding Nemo. I'm just like her. Well, not exactly like her because I'd be repeating myself every minute. But I'm kind of like that. I'll forget what I'm saying and then I'll remember it later and then I'll try to repeat myself and repeat the entire story that I've already said. And I'll think that I didn't finish it, but I did. Or maybe I didn't finish it, but I'll repeat the entire beginning because I won't remember that I said the beginning. So there's that. That can get annoying, but most of the time I'll just cut that out with editing. Because I'm gonna edit these videos through the power of Windows Movie Maker. Because I'm poor as dirt. Which is why I went to a really cheap college. It was a really good college, even though it was cheap, though. I would have stayed if I didn't have the medical problems. Another thing, I'm not a very energized person unless I get angry or extremely, happy, I guess. Happy's not really the right word. Giggly. When I'm laughing and having a great time, I'm loud. When I'm angry and having a horrible time, I'm loud. Normally, I'll be quiet. Like this. I think I already said that, but I don't remember. But normally I'll be quiet. So don't worry about your ears bleeding, unless I'm angry. So if you see a game that you know is going to be hard, you might not want to wear headphones for that episode, for that video. You might want to just leave your headphones off. I should also mention the cats. I have 3 cats, and I don't think you heard him. You definitely would have heard him in the other video that I had recorded, because he was meowing non-stop and he was right next to me. But I have a cat. I'm just going to call him Cat. He's a gray and white cat. And he meows a lot. Especially when I record. Because he wants me to be talking to him and not to the screen. He can be very, very, very annoying. But also very, very adorable. And I'm not sure if you guys will be able to hear him. Because this mic doesn't really pick up background sounds that well. Which is good. But also bad when you want to hear a cute cat meowing. He's the only cat that does it. I have 2 others, but you guys probably won't hear about them because they're quiet, like cats should be. Like cats are supposed to be. Don't know if I've mentioned this, but I did want a dog when I was younger. Because I like dogs. I like dogs and cats. When I was a kid, I think I liked dogs a bit more than cats because my aunt had dogs, and I loved her dogs. They're very cute. But I never got a dog, because Mom doesn't like dogs. She says they're too much work. And I kind of agree with her. They are a bit of work, because you gotta bathe them, you gotta walk them, you gotta pick up their poop out of the yard. I mean, you gotta pick up the poop out of the cat litter box, but I don't know. Litter box could be good or bad, depending on stuff. But I get what she means. The dogs can be a bit more work than cats. Cats just kind of sit there and don't do anything. Unless you have a very energetic cat that rips up your couch and your blinds and stuff. I used to have a cat that did that, but she grew out of it when she got older. As a kitten, she tore up our old couch, and that thing had so much duct tape on it. We finally got new couches years and years and years and years later. When we got money, finally. And she doesn't touch them. She sits on him, but she doesn't scratch him or anything like she did with the old couch. Because she grew out of that. She used to chew wires too, which was horrible. Kittens are pretty bad. Kittens are like dogs. In terms of work, that is. Not really in terms of destruction, because dogs can be destructive, but they can also be non-destructive. Just like cats can be destructive or non-destructive. It all depends on how you teach them, and also on the cat or dog themselves and what their personality is like. I think that's all that I have to say. I don't really know. I am all kinds of screwed up right now because I just did a video about this like a minute ago and it got deleted, so I'm not sure if I said everything that needed to be said because my memory is trash. So, I hope you guys find that you'll enjoy this channel. If you don't think you'll enjoy this channel, that's okay too. You guys can leave. Come back later if you think maybe you'll give it another shot, but if not, then go ahead, leave, go find somebody who's better. There's millions of others that are better. I think I already said that. But if you do think that you'll enjoy this channel, well then I hope you stay. Enjoy your time here. Try not to take things too seriously. I say a lot of garbage, and a lot of it is not serious at all. And also, I will probably be recording this very early in the morning, and I'm not a morning person. I hate mornings. But I've been waking up early because, well, writing. Writing, programming, all this stuff, doing work. I put work loosely in quotation marks because it wouldn't be work to most people. Well, it would be. It would be. It'd be a lot of boring work. A lot of boring work that doesn't last very long because I'm technically not working for anyone, so I can stop working at any time. And nobody would care except for me. And maybe my mom. I forgot what I was saying. So bye! just bye. Let's end this. See you guys in the Syndicate video. Probably be less tired in that video. But you never know. Bye.